It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we're watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11, and so far, so good. I mean, obviously, this is one of the most highly anticipated seasons coming up, especially because of all of the Erica Girardi drama with her soon-to-be ex-husband, Tom Girardi, and all of the clients, victims involved in the cases. I mean, that is just a whole mess in itself. Not to mention, we got a few newbies, Kathy Hilton, which everyone knows who she is, so it's not like we're new to her. She's just new to The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Kind of. And then also Crystal Kung Minkoff, who's coming in like a little bit of a spitfire. And when I say that, I mean, you can already tell with her shade that she's throwing at the rest of the women. For example, when the producers asked her, do you know Dorit? And she goes, no. And also with Set and Strack, as we saw in the Super trailer, where she just tells her that she feels like she's pretty much shallow. I mean, this woman is coming in and knows exactly what it takes to be a real housewife, obviously, because she's coming in not only creating conflict and controversy, but I'm sure at the end of it, there's going to be some resolution too, because as we saw on Watch What Happens Live, they're already sort of getting along. And I'm sure they'll have some back and forths over Twitter for the show, because that's just how this all works. I feel like they're almost contractually obligated to do that in the first place. Now, moving forward, I did want to talk about one thing that we saw on the premiere, and it was Garcelle, who came back to not only take a vengeance for what Kyle Richards said to her at the reunion of season 10, but also to defend her friend Denise Richards. If you missed season 10, and I don't know who would have missed it because we were in the middle of a global pandemic and there was really nothing else on TV. And if there was, we saw all of that too. Point is, if you missed season 10 and you missed the reunion, I just wanted to clarify that Kyle Richards really threw Garcelle under the bus, saying that she made a $5,000 donation to her children's hospital charity, but really she turned around at the reunion and said they never received that check. Now, instead of going to Garcelle and asking her like, hey, you know, that check bounced or we didn't receive it, did something go wrong? She decided to take that straight to the reunion and blast her out. Of course, we know that she's about to get called out on this upcoming episode, and Garcelle is going to ask her, would you have done that to a white woman? This is going to be an intense episode, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you feel like that had anything to do with it, or do you feel like Kyle, the only reason she didn't ask Garcelle before, prior to the reunion, was because it gave her a little bit of ammunition to use at the reunion? I mean, they know, the housewives know, that the reunion is so crucial for them to stay on the show. And while Kyle has a little bit more of a safety blanket than most of the women, she still has to bring it too. So maybe it was just her trying to bring a little bit of reunion shade. I'm not sure. The point is Garcelle said to production before even coming on to the show, she said, there are 2 sit downs I need to have immediately before coming onto the show. The first one is with Lisa Rinna, because honestly, after watching how she treated Denise Richards, who was one of our good friends for a long time, watching how she just attacked her over this narrative that Brandi Glanville gave us, it bothers me. It bothers me, and I think maybe one day she could do it to me too. She feels like all of these women are actresses and that they all deserve an Academy Award. And for Lisa Rinna, she doesn't trust her. She's not going to fake it and fake like she can come onto the show and have these phony relationships that she doesn't believe in. So in order for them to move forward, she has to sit down with Lisa Rinna, and Lisa Rinna had to explain herself. Now, do I think Lisa Rinna got off the hook a little bit easy? Yes, because she didn't let Denise off easy. But as soon as she knew that she was sitting down with Garcelle, she knew what the conversation was going to be with Garcelle. And what did she do? She immediately sort of retracted, kind of crawled in her shell and was like, I did it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, it's a little bit too late for that. You've already blasted the woman out on national television. Now her whole family knows about this alleged hookup with Brandi Glanville. Her daughters know her. I mean, it too late, Rinna. I mean, you know, obviously that makes sense, right? But Garcelle did make a good point, and she said it's not going to take just one drink or, one sit down to clear the air with Lisa Rinna. Now it's about repairing some sort of friendship that maybe I can or maybe I can't get to a place where we can trust each other. As of right now, she does not trust Lisa Rinna, and I think that she has every single right not to. But wait, there's more. Garcelle said, her words verbatim, I think that Lisa Rinna wants to make it right, but you can't make it right over one drink or dinner. I felt like she went to a place that was so unnecessary last season, so it was really hard for me to get around that. And we're still working. During the season, you guys will see us try to work it out, some good and some not so good. Okay, at least we know where Garcelle stands, because 9 times out of 10, Lisa can flip-flop on us. Garcelle just keeps it straight with us, and I like that. It's, where she stands. Okay, guys, so that's not the only thing we're here to talk about, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We also have a former housewife making a comeback this season, or at least trying to reclaim her role. Now, if you remember, we had Teddi Mellencamp on a few previous seasons, but fans were really iffy about her. Fans didn't really know whether they liked her or not because she didn't really stir up that much drama. She did, however, eventually stick up for herself against Lisa Vanderpump, and she's had a few things to say about some of the other women, even Erika Girardi, as soon as LVP made her exit. So she does come in and she's learned to take on a little bit of that housewife brashness in order to maintain her spot. Or maybe she didn't, and that's why she got fired in September. I don't know. Point is, she did make friends with one of the most important key players on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and that was Kyle Richards. So after her firing, Kyle Richards really advocated to get Teddi Mellencamp back on the show. And while production, Bravo, the network, while they would not bring Teddi Mellencamp back on the show as a full-time housewife, they were able to convince her to come on and make a few cameos. So now we've been told that later on this season, we're going to see Teddi Mellencamp make a few appearances. And of course, this is an last-ditch effort for Kyle Richards to save her role on the show. Now, will we end up enjoying her little cameos? I'm not quite sure. Again, I think Crystal Kung Minkoff is a solid choice. I think Sutton Strack is going to keep things spinning, especially from the super trailer where we see her going in after Erika Girardi and yelling at Crystal Kung Minkoff. It's not like we're promoting violence over here, but the point is she's bringing it. Crystal's already bringing it with the shade, and Kathy Hilton is a celebrity name herself. I mean, I'm sure we're going to see a few little cameos from her daughter, Paris Hilton, which keeps people watching because you have that celebrity following that's going to be there for it. But at the end of the day, it just makes it harder for Teddi Mellencamp to stand out in this group of women, right? I don't know, guys. If you think I'm wrong, you can totally beat me up about it. You can post about it, comment about it, but just answer what you think. Do you feel like Teddi Mellencamp should make a comeback to the show? Even though she is making a comeback in these upcoming episodes, it still is as a reduced role. So she doesn't have her diamond back, obviously, and they're not going to give her a diamond back mid-season. I just want to know if you guys are interested or if you're over it. Because like Ramona Singer said on the Real Housewives of New York, the Housewives, it's like a well-oiled machine, but also like a wheel. So it just keeps moving. And if you get left behind, it's not like people are going to notice after 2 seasons later. I mean, sure, they'll notice the next season, but it eventually wears off and the show moves on. We've missed Bethany. We've missed Dorinda. We've missed a lot of housewives, Nene Leakes, but the show doesn't stop. We just have a new show, a new format without them. Are we into it? I'm not sure. That's not all I want to know, though, guys. I also want to know what you think about Garcelle calling out Lisa Rinna and talking to production about having these 2 very important sit-downs in order to come back on the show. Again, Garcelle had a conversation with production because she wanted to sit down with Lisa Rinna and address the Denise Richards attack. And then she also wanted to sit down with Kyle Richards and address this accusing her of not paying her charity the $5,000. So she's obviously here to get straight to the point, and I want to know what you think about that. It kind of shows that she's really not fake, and she can't continue to film with these what she's calling actresses if she doesn't get down to the bottom of it. For Garcelle, it seems like this is very real. No pun intended. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.